in that spot. Also with their first round pick as a result of the Davante Adams trade, the Las Vegas Raiders, Traps, what are their needs and who can they target? What is their first pick?
86.
See, Josh knows this because he just finished his 7-round mock draft that I have due next week. So I'll be able to like point these day 2.
Oh yeah, I won't know what
Josh
Raiders,
is like.
I won't actually. I mean, now I know, but like I wouldn't. If we hadn't had this discussion, I wouldn't be thinking about where the Raiders pick first until I don't know, like 6 p.m. on Thursday of draft night.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
Like,
that's a bonus.
That's the other thing about this draft too. I think that is causing sort of a lack of buzz is that there are so many teams with 2 first-round picks and so many teams that don't have a first-round pick that the general. So the Bears don't have there's no Bears fans freaking out about who their team is going to take to help out Justin Fields. You know, they don't like. There's
and the Browns. I mean, those
Browns. There's like 8 fan bases that aren't even checked in on the first round of the draft because their teams don't have a pick. I mean, that's that causes a little bit of it takes a little air out of the room too.
No question.
Yeah, I think the one thing with the Raiders that could derail this whole Davante Adams trade and signing Chandler Jones, the offensive line. I feel like Derek Carr behind a pretty good offensive line can be like a, I don't know, top 12 quarterback in the NFL. Maybe can have some games inside the top 10 or top 7 at times. The interior of their offensive line is not very good. So whenever they pick in the 80s, like Josh said, 86, 87, whoever is there, the best available offensive guard, probably not tackled, but just that interior of the offensive line. Cam Jurgens from Nebraska, I think would be a great pick. Josh already mentioned Sean Ryan from UCLA for the Broncos. Some people see him as a tackle. I think he would be best at guard. That's just the one thing that as Derek Carr kind of entered his prime, the Raiders offensive line was pretty good. And then they trade Rodney Hudson last year. They have some older pieces. Richie Incognito is no longer playing. It's kind of like a team that's in a rebuilding process up front as they've kind of gone all in at other positions, receiver and on the defensive side.
Yeah, I think they've almost pigeonholed themselves into having to take an offensive lineman there with their first pick. I mean, it's such a big need for this franchise. I mean, Andre James was all right at center last year. You move Alex Leatherwood inside after a brief experiment at right tackle. Colton Miller is, still been very good to this point. Obviously, early in his career, there were some questions, but has been fantastic over the past couple of years. I look at Washington State's Abe Lucas, an offensive tackle that could possibly be a fit there for the Raiders in the 3rd round.
Where's Leatherwood going to play? Do they say he's a guard or a tackle?
I think he's going to be a right guard.
Right guard. He's right guard. So they would have a need at tackle then for sure. Yeah. Which is kind of scary.
All right. That's the AFC West. Again, only, like no Raiders fans, like Raiders fans and Broncos fans. There's pretty rabid fan bases.
And it's in Las Vegas. That's what's unfortunate. You don't even get to go out and celebrate your first round pick in your brand new stadium in your own city. That's
well. And the other thing is the Raiders and the Broncos don't have first round picks, and it's not even for dumb reasons. Like it's for good reasons. Like you get Davante Adams and Russell Wilson, so it's not like the fan bases are like they're just like this is great. Like we don't really care that we don't have a first round pick. Like whatever.